rubrics are one way of being able to help managers assess whether or not their people are being more productive or using the skills used on training and taking away some of the bias that might be there if you show them how to use that rubric. Is anyone using tools like that?
It was actually Gordon Food Service that was using this system. They may be regional to the Midwest, I'm not sure, because it was a sales team that was on training and things like that. And so they also had customer feedback that played into that, which to me would be a third party, similar to rubric. Now, they may not have used a rubric.
Well, I'm sure a customer isn't using a rubric unless it's like a
survey or something.
Right, exactly. Like a secret shopper or something along those lines, right?
If anyone has like some examples of the training objectives for those chapters or those courses with regards to that in mind, looking ahead for the outcomes, but using the objectives to, state, expect this type of measurement. I'm just curious what those would look like. The level 3, when you're writing your training objectives, that's within the objectives. Is that correct? What we want to measure.
Right. And you would have that sort of actionable outcome attached to any of these objectives, right?
We have a program, a leadership program, and we, at the end of that, have a half-day simulation where they have to pull the skills that they've used throughout the 6 months, and based off of a rubric that we allow assessors to use to assess our participants that are going through this simulation. And then at the end, we send those rubrics out to them. That is somewhat how we use a third party. We use assessors that are not necessarily facilitators of the program. They just have really good leadership skills. And so that they are able to actually watch and listen to our participants have a difficult conversation, and they assess them off of what skills they are bringing from the program into that conversation.
When you say third party, are you talking about contractors or people who are not the learner's supervisor or in the training org? They're just somebody else within the company?
Third party, someone else within the organization. So it's not a peer-to-peer. So it's not someone that's in their cohort. It could be someone from a past cohort. We pull people from the organization that we know that have had success in difficult conversations. And sometimes it's even some of the facilitators throughout the program because they are aware of what skills that we have taught. But most times it is someone that these people may not even know. I was listening to the biases around management or that peer-to-peer, and we took it away from that peer-to-peer because we felt like, you have those peers that are like, well, they almost did a good job, so I'm going to give them this score. And then we have we have a rubric based off of performance management or coaching or difficult conversations, and each assessor has a copy of that rubric.
And to tie that into JD's question, all of that would have been put into the learning objectives that the instructional designer would have used in order to create the course or program, but also in the overall goals that are sent to the participants. And the way that I like to think about this is if we let the participants know from a human perspective what the overall outcomes are going to be. For example, you're going to participate in the sales negotiation program in order to learn top converting elevator pitches. So that way you will make higher commissions and that the organization will improve its top line revenue. When you have those elements in there, you will improve your commission and the organization will see top line revenue. Then you've got really distinct outcomes that impact the business and also impact the person. That is what people generally want to know. Now, from an instructional design perspective, when we think about the longer, more formal learning objectives, that's where that sits. So by the end of this class, the participant will walk away with 5 different elevator pitches to be able to connect with their customers to handle any objections they may have about the product, right? Those are the sorts of objectives that might be hidden, but those are our guidelines.